Hi friends, hope you all are enjoying. My channel is now more than a month old. You must be enjoying motivational and spiritual stories. I just promise you to give you story every day. Now story may be real and fiction, but the purpose is that there should be a clear and absolute message behind that story. And we must be able to understand what this message is being conveyed. Today, I am just glad to understand that my viewers are spreading across the globe. I have posted 2-3 stories in English, and the most astonishing fact to me is that I got a message from my Russian friend who doesn't know Hindi. He simply requested me to post a tale which appeals to him the most. I accepted his request, and today it is a story which is quite understandable, leaving a message which is beyond our imagination. Initially, when I read this story, I thought this man is sharing a story of Cinderella. But when I went into the depth of the story, it was something different with a very different message. I hope you will also enjoy this story. This story is quite interesting. Once upon a time, in a small Russian village, there was a widow who had two daughters, Marfusa, her own daughter, and Nastanka, the daughter of her deceased husband from his first marriage. The widow loved Marfa but hated her husband's daughter, since Nastya was a lot more beautiful and bright than the widow's own child. Now see the difference. Psychologically, it is very much common in ladies that they love their own one. I don't know why it happens when God has given them such a broad mind, a lovely heart. She should always respect to every child. Now in this case, story is different. She hates a daughter which she has not given birth. Now what happens afterwards? Nastya was forced to do the hardest job through the house. She cleaned, cooked, spun, and milked the cow, gathered the brushwood in the forest, did the laundry at the icy cold river, and did everything else that her stepmother told her to do. The lazy Murfasa spent her days lying on the hot brick oven, sleeping days and night, doing nothing, putting her body into such a lazy things. A few miles away, there was a kingdom that was ruled by a young girl, quite pretty girl, princess. The girl was very spoiled since both of her parents died when she was little. She became a queen at the very young age. No one dared to argue with her or teach her the things that she did not like. One day, she wanted to learn about 4 seasons, and her old teacher was telling about spring, what beautiful things it brings. Then the old wise teacher mentioned the sweet scented flowers. Now the story takes a bend from this place. The sweet scented flowers that only grow in the early spring, the beautiful and the delicate snowdrops. The young princess became so obsessed with the idea of having those magical flowers at her palace that she ordered her guards to make an announcement that whoever finds the snowdrops and brings them to the princess palace will be immediately rewarded with a basket full of gold and silver. As soon as Nastanka's stepmother and stepsister heard the news, they got excited. The foolish woman did not know that it is impossible to find any kind of flowers in the middle of December. They immediately ordered poor Nastya to go into the forest and bring them back the basket full of magical snowdrop flowers. Do whatever you do, but don't come back home without the flowers basket full. The poor girl, having no option at all, did not dare to disobey her mother. She went into severe cold through the forest. She knew that it was almost impossible to find the flowers. So she walked farther and farther into the woods until she saw a small fire straight ahead. Nastya approached the fire and saw a dozen of men by it. Some men were very old and dressed in fur coats, mittens, hats, and boots. Others were very young and played flute. The brave maiden asked the men to let her approach their fire in order to warm up her body. The men turned out to be 12 months of the year. Now this is understand properly. This line I am repeating. These men around the fire turned out to be 12 months of the year. Means all January, February, March up to November and December. The oldest one of them was December. His hair, mustache and beard were white as snow. So attractive, so nice, so amazing that you can feel the mesmerizing feeling what I want to convey to you. The scenario was so wonderful. This month of December asked Nastya, what did bring you here, sweetheart? Tell me, in this cold winter, all over snow, in this forest, why did you are here? The little girl shared with the man her entire story, live from the beginning to her this stage. She said that her stepmother did not allow returning home without flowers. After listening to her story, the month of December passed his magic wand to the young man called month of April. As soon as the young brother took the wand, the meadow around them started clear from the melting snow. The sweet scented snowdrops started growing everywhere. This is a miraculous change in this story. These months when we pass on, every month has its own glory. Now this summer when passed on the wand to this month of April, this miraculous change has taken place. Miraculously, the only place that had flowers, green grass, and no snow was the area around the fire. The severe cold with blizzards and snowstorms are outside the meadow, which was just a few feet away. The April asked the girl to hurry and gather the flowers quickly until the snow started to melt everywhere outside the area. Because if this area continues to remain as summer as used to be in April, the snow outside the area will start melting. You can understand the sentiment, the feeling of this fourth month, April. They were so much mesmerized with the girl's feeling that they immediately created an environment that Nastya managed to gather a whole basket of flowers, these magical flowers. As soon as she finished the month of December, took back his wand. The whole meadow was covered by snow again. Nastanka thanked the brothers, but before she left back home, One of the younger months gave her a ring and told her to, whenever she would need their help, to throw the ring and call on them. The maiden thanked the brother April and went back home. Both her stepmother and her stepsister were speechless when they saw the magnificent snowdrops in Nastanka's basket. Next morning, both of them took it and went straight to the queen's palace, where they met the young princess and got their reward for the flowers. However, when the young queen asked them where they found so many flowers in the middle of winter, since she wanted them to lead her to that mysterious place, at that very moment, the wicked woman kneeled in front of her and confessed that they do not know the exact place, since it was Nastanka who found the flowers. The queen then ordered the old woman to find out where her stepdaughter managed to find the snowdrops. As soon as the stepmother and Marfusa returned back home, they begged Nastanka. Here, when her own life was in question, in trouble, now they started begging Nastanka to show them the path to the area where she found the snowdrops. When this orphan girl refused to do so, the two wicked women decided to trick her and pleaded to her to bring some more snowdrops, otherwise the queen's axeman will execute them. Now the girl was so soft, so lovely, so heart-touching, that after listening this, that her sister and mother will be in trouble, she decided, okay, I will go and fetch more flowers. Now she said, you will not follow me. The naive, kind-hearted girl believed them and went into the forest to get the flowers. Marfusa went a few minutes later to spy on her sister in order to find out about her secret. When Nastanka almost arrived to the spot where she saw the fire, she managed to spot her stepsister and was very disappointed with her and her mother's actions. However, Nastya could not walk back since the young queen's slave was very close. The queen and her guards were following the marks on the snow that Marfusa left for them. Nastya tried to run in the opposite direction but was soon caught by the queen and her guards. The young queen came out of her carriage and offered a huge reward to Nastya if she would only point the area where she found the snowdrops. Now Nastya was not greedy at all. She refused. She was satisfied and peacefully staying her life. Her only purpose of arriving at this place was to save her stepsister and stepmother. No else. She was not requesting, not in the form of any reward at all. The reward for her life was only that her mother should love her. Now when the queen found that she will not obey her orders, she is not threatened to get killed, she just found a ring sparkling in her finger and took out that ring and threw into the ice. Nastya repeated the month April's magic words and asked the 12 months to show up. Suddenly the two old brothers flew down to the earth, took Nastya and carried her away. Now next here, Nastya's stepmother, her stepsister Marfusa, the young queen, and several of her guards felt really warm. Now when the weather has changed from December to April, you can understand the temperature over there. They saw the climate change from freezing to warm and from warm to hot. They enjoyed the summer in the middle of December. It was very hot and humid, and everyone took their fur coats, boots, hats, etc. off their body. However, as soon as they did that, the blizzard appeared from out of nowhere, and storm carried all of their winter coats and boots away. right after storm, it started snowing again. In a few seconds, the whole opening, which was due to ring, was covered with snow, not any different than the forest around it. The oldest month, December, suddenly showed up riding a beautiful painted wooden sledge with Nastya sitting on it. She was so beautifully looking that I cannot explain you in words. The environment was quite different, and the kind of feeling what I have in understanding these, try to understand those feelings. A girl sitting on sledge covered with snow all around is looking not less than a princess. She was so beautiful in looking so beautiful in her new silver fur coat, great boots, patterned mittens, and a hat that there was no such a pen that could describe it. It was such a mesmerizing view. The girl, which was put to so many hurdles, she suddenly gloomed. Her face was just glooming like nothing. She was looking so beautiful. The three sunning white horses pulled her sledge. The brother December was so happy to see Nastanka again that he offered to fulfill everyone's wish. Now here, he asked Nastanka, whosoever came with you, let everyone's wish be fulfilled. This will be a gift from Nastanka for upcoming Christmas. The young queen that was shivering in her simmer dress wished that she could be taken back home to her warm palace. The guards wished the same thing. When it was turn of her stepsister, Marfusa, she asked for a new dog fur coats for herself. Now what she asked, see, new dog fur coats for herself and her mother, since she was freezing in her dress. Her mother was upset since Marfusa did not ask for a fox coat, but settled just for the dog one. They put the coats on and started arguing and cursing at each other when suddenly they turned into a barking dogs. Now the fate of these two ladies ended here into the barking dogs. The month of December advised Nastanka to take both dogs home and let them to guard her house. When the young queen told the poor maiden to share a space in her sleigh and take her to the palace, Nastanka refused. The queen did not know how to ask because she was in a commanding stage, not a stage of requesting, begging, since she never asked anyone about anything before. But the old brother December decided to help this young queen and taught her how to ask. The girl tried again to ask nicely. Nastanka did not only agree to give her and her guards a ride, but provided them all with the warm fur coats and boots. Since then, the young queen and Nastanka became the best friends. The maiden lived peacefully in her stepmother's hut. The two dogs served her well by helping to watch after the household. The 12 months sometimes came to visit Nastanka altogether. This keeps on in the life of Nastanka. Later on, this orphan girl got married with a hard-working farmer and they lived happily ever after. Now friends, what I understood from this story, what I want to convey by conveying this story, let me give you a brief message. Now this is a story between good and evil, good and bad. These two things, two opposite things. Why these are there? Let me explain you. Good does not need to triumph over. Good does not need to triumph over evil, because evil is nothing, ultimately nothing. It has no positive existence, sustains itself only by feeding on and corrupting what is good. Now this is a clear message. Good does not need to triumph over evil, because evil is ultimately nothing, nothing, nothing. It has no positive existence and sustains itself by feeding on and corrupting what is good. Thus, evil needs the good to be known and has no independent self existence. Evil is, evil is ultimately fruitless and false thing. Now, a little more explanation behind that. Every creation by God always consists of pair of opposite items like day and night, summer and winter, justice and injustice, etc. If one of the pair is absent, the other loses its significance and does not exist at all. The very existence of any item of the pair depends on the relative existence of the other. If the injustice is removed, where is the need of effort to avoid the injustice and support the justice? In absence of these pairs, the souls become mostly inactive, slowly become inert. Inertia is not the theme of the creation. Activity is the basis of creation. If you remove the concept of failure in the examination, there will be no activity and effort in studies, and the concept of merit vanishes. The process of rewarding disappears in the existence of defect and punishment. When the injustice is totally absent, the relative justice does not exist at all. An establishment of justice by God also disappears. In the absence of injustice, justice may be existing, but you will not call it as a justice, since the word justice arises only with reference to relative injustice. In such case, not only the souls, but also God becomes inactive. The creation is created by God for constant engagement. For the transfer of current, both positive and negative poles are equivalent. The very foundation of the creation gets cracked if these pairs do not exist at all. Even the necessity of knowledge disappears in the absence of ignorance, which leads to absence of human incarnations of God which come to preach the knowledge. Therefore, the process of suppression of injustice followed by establishment of justice is continuous, so that the life of creation exists. In Bhagavad Gita, which is a Hindu's most mythological holy book, it is told that whenever the injustice comes up, suppressing the justice, God incarnates. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharat aputhanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijameham परित्राणाय साधूनाम विनाशाय चतुष्कृताम धर्म संस्थापनाथाय संभवामि युगे युगे. It means that the injustice is only suppressed by God and not really destroyed. The villain in a cinema appears to be killed by the hero, but the villain is not really killed. The same villain appears as villain in next cinema, next movie, next theater. Similarly, whenever God kills a demon, such killing is apparent only since the individual soul in the body of demon is not killed and takes rebirth as demon again. This concept was preached to Arjuna by Krishna in killing the devilish forefathers of Arjuna. Similarly, the life cycle of every human being is also constituted by the moving present and unpresent events in the alternative fashion. A realized soul also watches these events patiently, without any tension, and such a person is called Sthit Pragya. This is a gist of the story. If you people like that, it will be honor to me. If you have any comments, do suggest to me. I will definitely incorporate in my next upcoming stories. The only pleasure which I felt in describing this story is that it is sent by a person whom I don't know at all, living in Russia, looking into Facebook, my earlier stories, and offered me to just narrate this story on my channel. This is the biggest and ever biggest reward which I earned over a period of creation of this channel. Thank you.